In the East, serving tea is an act of respect, service, and of course, love. And those are all things we'd like to demonstrate this Valentine's Day. Joining me now is Michael Darren from Japan House, and we're going to be talking about all things matcha. So, Michael, what do we have in front of us?
So today we're here showing off our matcha box for two, or a matcha kit for two that we developed just for Valentine's Day. So this is the matcha that we sell here and that we have. It's ceremonial grade matcha from Japan. Most people wouldn't want to maybe buy this whole can or have some of the equipment that you might need, like this beautiful tea bowl, which could be quite expensive. So this year we decided to come up with a kit for anybody that wants to get involved with matcha and serve matcha to their loved one. It could be their spouse, partner, mom, dad, neighbor, anybody really that you just want to have a quiet and loving moment with.
Well, let's dive into some matcha, because we're going to make some today, right?
We are, yes.
Let's jump in. Let's do it.
So in each one of the kits, one of the best things that we found were these compostable bowls. And as I said, usually you would use a very expensive bowl, something that's seasonal, usually something that has a flower or depiction of the seasons. Today we're just using this compostable bowl to make it very easy, and people don't have to spend a lot of money to get involved. The next thing that we're going to have is this individual matcha packet. And so we've gone to the efforts of making it just so it's the perfect amount to go in there. The next thing you'll get in your kit is a whisk. And so these are made in Japan. It's 100 tines on this one little piece of bamboo, very important for whisking. And then the last thing that we have is this little piece of paper and a beautiful little heart-shaped sweet. All these play a part in having tea. So I'm going to serve you tea, if that's okay. That's
kind of the idea here, because like I said, it is an act of service. So I would be your guest.
You'll be my guest, and then actually we'll turn the tables, and I'll have you reproduce what I just did for me, if that's okay.
That sounds great. Let's do it.
Well, I'm going to step down here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little tea packet. It has a little notch here, and I'll just pour that. Hopefully I won't get it everywhere here. I'm going to pour it down into my bowl. It's a little bit messy, but believe me, that's a perfect amount of tea down in the bottom there. Oops, got a piece of plastic. I don't want that. And then I've heated some water just in a little kettle. And so you want to have maybe about 1/4 of a cup of hot water, not boiling, because that would be just a little bit too hot. So this is just cooled off just a tiny bit. I'm going to pour a little bit of that water down in the bottom.
It seems like it incorporates nicely already, but I know it's a brush is what we're...
It's a bamboo whisk.
A whisk.
Yes. And so I'm going to take my hand, and what you do in traditional is you're going to put your hand down kind of in an L shape on the ridge, and then I'm going to start to incorporate all of that wonderful matcha, and then I'm going to go back and forth. Our sensei, or our teacher, has this onomatopoeia. She says, listen, it says, shaka, 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 shaka.
Let's listen.
Hear that nice sound?
Hear that.
So once you go back and forth, M shapes or Z shapes are the best. And I'm going to ask you to go ahead and eat your sweet. And so that sweet is made out of agar-agar. It's gluten-free, vegan. It's almost like a little bit of crunchy on the outside and soft on the inside, lightly sweet.
It's not as tough as a sugar cube would be, but it tastes sweet like a sugar cube.
It is like a sugar cube. It's actually Japanese sugar, which is triple refined, and so it's very nice, light, because the bowl of tea that I'm about to give you is kind of astringent, and it could be a little bit abrasive to your mouth, so now you have that nice bit of sweetness. In Japanese tea ceremony, I'm going to take the bowl and I'm going to turn it a couple of quarters. And so now, pretending this is the nice bowl, there's a beautiful side on here. You can imagine maybe it's a picture or a flower. I'm going to hand that bowl to you, and you take it. Typically, you put it in your left hand as like a plate, or your right hand. And then now you want to turn it back to me again, just saying, I'm going to put that beautiful side back out toward you.
I want you to see the beauty, too.
Yes.
Kind of. Okay.
And then you go ahead and enjoy it. And me as the host, I just really sit here and let you enjoy it.
I love green tea. And that's so funny, because normally I would sweeten my matcha, or if I'm out at a restaurant and that's what I want to do. But taking the bite before is kind of a different experience, and I like it.
It is. It definitely prepares your mouth for that little bit of bitterness that you're going to taste without sweetened. Now, you can have matcha all the time. There's sweetened matcha. There's unsweetened matcha. The thing about matcha is we recommend is just buying a very high grade, the highest grade that you can afford. The higher the grade is kind of like wine. You know, it's been more cultivated, maybe aged, or it's been a great year. And so it actually has kind of similarities to some other things like wine that's grown that has a year. Maybe it was the best year for matcha, and so definitely different levels.
Now, for the sake of time, I might skip out on making you matcha, but traditionally, that's exactly what I would do. It would be your turn to receive.
Traditionally, I would turn the tables. I would take the sweet, and I would let you make the matcha and whisk for sure. I know we are running out of time here today, but this kit is available. We have quite a few still available. If anybody's interested, we can get it out to them. So if you go to our website, japanhouse.illinois.edu, we have quite a variety of items for sale. It's probably one of the first or second items if you go to the website or the shop area.
Perfect, Michael. Well, thank you so much. This matcha is delicious, and for anyone who wants to give this a try themselves, like Michael said here, there's a video where you can learn online and do it that way. Super simple, super fun, and just such a fun thing to do this Valentine's Day. We will connect you to Japan House online at ciliving.tv. Thanks, Michael.
Thank you.